Okay guys, welcome back to the double upload. Now today we are going to be going through the brand new update that has dropped for Ark Survival Ascended, and there's been a lot this week. Now by the looks of things, Meshers, you could be in trouble because Studio Wildcard have actually put some things into place for the game, and this is an interesting one. So let's go through it today. If you guys enjoyed today's video, drop a like, subscribe, it really supports me. Come and join us in the LoadedCrysis cluster for our brand new free modded map coming to the cluster for a limited time while we wait for Valguero. The link to the servers are in the description down below. Now, let's get straight in with the patch notes, and this is obviously what's been causing the character transfer issue update. So here we are on the new ASA patch notes. Now, before we go through it, let's just double check it has come to all platforms. Yes, it looks like it has. So we'll go straight back to the PC ones. So, restricted access to structure inventory if the player is in the mesh. This should prevent cheaters from accessing storage from inside the mesh, official server only, or use enable loss or LOS interactive check on unofficial servers. They've added something into the game which somehow has detected people when they're inside the mesh, so they cannot use they have no access to structure inventory. Now, before Wildcard probably had this question asked them loads of times, and please don't hate me, Studio Wildcard, but why was this never put in the game before? Okay, they're gonna hate me. There's there's probably some real reason why it's never been added before, but that is on the new change, and they also fixed an issue where the player is sometimes killed when teleported when riding a creature. Prevented character transfer if a build template is active, clipboard and hammer. This is a temporary measure to avoid issues with the with the uploaded character lost whilst we work on a more robust fix. So they have temporarily disabled auto decay to minimize player loss while we iterate on a fix for uploading character with an active build template. They also did two little quick beautiful updates as well, which they did a fix for grass not populating when traveling across the map quickly. And do you know what's so funny? Now, I'm not saying this has come from my video whatsoever, right? But when I was doing the Meguana video yesterday, I was going on about how terrible it looked, and it's like Wildcard dropped the update the same day that video went out. Now, obviously, it's probably not that. I'm sure they've known about it for ages, but I said I would look like I was playing World of Warcraft in 2008. And also, they multi-frame generation support added for the 5000 series NVIDIA graphics cards, which is pretty nice if you have one. So, as for the character transfer issue, they're currently working on an issue related to character transfers whilst a build template is active. To help mitigate the impact, we've taken the following steps. Disabled auto decay timers for structures and creatures, prevented transfers if you have an active template, actively working on a fix for characters that cannot be downloaded with high priority, and they appreciate your patience and will share updates as we make progress on a resolution. As for the mod storage, this update is planned to be coming next week. I talked about this in today's earlier video, and pretty awesome stuff if it actually happens, because I know PlayStation players have been waiting for this for so long, and I was so wrong. I said, PlayStation players, don't you have like 30 gigabytes? I've never played ASA on PlayStation because I have PC and Xbox. No, I was completely wrong. Some people told me 17 gigabytes, some people told me 20. Like, I don't know, in between that range. So I feel for you, I really do. That is not what you want. And then obviously, like we saw in the earlier video, Ragnarok transfers will open on the 15th of August, allowing players to move items, creatures, characters onto the map without restriction. So please pack your dodos in bubble wrap. So PvP continues to be a bit of an issue in the world of ARK Survival Ascended, and unfortunately this has been going on since the dawn of time for our lovely game, and you know, at this moment in time, I can't really see things changing that much. This change that's been implemented is obviously a step in the right direction if it's done correctly, because sometimes when these changes are put in, unfortunately, this will affect the wrong person. They'll have something, that accidentally falls in a part of a mesh, and they try and use a structure or something, and then it ends up something goes wrong. And we've all seen this happen countless amounts of times in the world of ARK. But to be honest, I would love to see the PvP community grow again in ASA. I feel like it's been a place where it's not had a lot of TLC. And the reason I don't think this could be wrong, but the reason I don't think the community of PvP has had as much TLC is a lot of players, especially for ASA, a lot of players that create stuff for the game are actually PvE players. And I actually believe that's why a lot of certain maps, a lot of certain things like that kind of became PvE orientated. And then I also feel like a lot of issues come with PvP. And I just generally think, as much as the devs knew it was popular, I think they probably got sick of dealing with PvP. I'm going to throw it out there straight away. I really do think they did, because at the end of the day, it's amazing, and it's what made ARK Survival Evolved so special. But even if you go and try and access Wildcard's ticket support for ASA, it hasn't existed for like 7 months. And I think it just shows that Studio Wildcard don't really have the time or patience for that side of the thing anymore. And I don't know whether that's ever going to change. I don't know whether Wildcard are planning to go full focus on PvE, because clearly a lot of the content that we have been shown recently has been PvE style content. And so we'll have to wait and see. Within when you look at the kind of upcoming content like we mentioned, we've had Bob's Tall Tales, very PvE. A lot of the maps that have come out have been very PvE. And then obviously Bob's True Tales is coming out, which I'm guessing will be quite similar. And then obviously when ARK 2 comes out, I do feel like they're going more story mode. And I just feel like maybe, as I said, the devs have been doing it. And it's sad, because don't get me wrong, the PvP side of things of ARK is what kept the game alive for so long, and I do believe the reason that the player count isn't as high on the games as much these days is because we are missing that dedicated, loyal fan base of the PvP content. And the people that do PvP content on YouTube, by the way, still smash it in views. Definitely not back to the days where they used to get 500,000 or anything like that. Who was that? Who was that massive? Was it Kishko? I don't know if I pronounced that right. I've watched a lot of his videos in the past, and they used to get so many views. And does he even still do content anymore? I just remember seeing him disappear, just not doing as much as he used to do. So I just think that has generally just been down to the PvP side has been dead. And I'm not saying Wildcard are completely in the wrong for that either. Well, I guess they are in the wrong because they killed what was so popular about it. But I guess that side of the game has been so toxic, and that's why they've made these changes. And at the end of the day, they're the developers. They make the decisions. And a lot of you guys are going to be frustrated with me to say that I said that. But what can you do? What can you do? It's not like they're removing PvP from the game. They just kind of killed it. And it's sad, because I have said so many times I would love, now that obviously the LoadedCrysis clusters going strong and things like that, I would love to have a time where I jump into PvP again. I've mentioned in the cluster today, I was PvP from 2017 to 2020. That was just at the beginning of all the lockdown and stuff, and then I just stopped because I couldn't deal with it anymore. Toxic. You had to, it was too much time. I couldn't do the content. But yeah, anyway, so that's my kind of thoughts and feelings on everything that has happened within this. And meshing has been a major issue that Wildcard have had to deal with. And that's where we are right now. So let me know your thoughts and feelings on this in the comment section down below. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.